What's up, everyone? Mario is back with another video. I'm shooting in a new room. Well, actually, in the same room, but I got a gaming PC now, so it does look a little bit different, and maybe I sound a little bit better. Hopefully, I do, cause I got a webcam, but I also have a mic now, so hopefully I sound better. Maybe you look better, maybe you look worse. I'm not sure. And try not to mind the like mess behind me. And I'm planning on trying to reorganize that bookshelf. And I was planning on making a video on that bookshelf, but who knows? But yeah, so long time no see. And I was planning on making more videos, but I got lazy. To be honest with you, no lie. Uh, but yeah, so I'm doing like a comic haul, manga haul. I even got a couple Funko Pops that I wanted to get, and I went a little bit overboard this month because like it is my birthday month, but I did get a little bit overboard with that. So I do have a lot of stuff, and as you can see, I have a couple boxes I didn't even open yet, but it's some good stuff in these boxes, and I'm still missing a couple stuff that's coming in. Like I think I have like three things that are coming in still, but like I'm just gonna say it now. Like another one is like a Full Metal Alchemist manga, and then the other two are just like Akira. Like I bought like another Akira one, and then like a comic, like like it's like in an American comic format though. And then yeah, now I'm trying to bank on the other one, but I do have some more stuff coming in. But again, like it's just stuff that doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is gonna be a bigger haul, and I got furious. Like I got like I got multiple different like I just got a bunch, and like not just like manga and not just straight comics. But yeah, I'm gonna start off with so one of the Funko Pops. I got a Doctor Strange Funko Pop, and honestly, I can't get a good start on it. But so this is a Target exclusive, and I actually bought it off of Whatnot, which I've been addicted to that app the past month or so. I've bought way too much stuff from Whatnot, but pretty good app. Yeah, so it's like I bought a lot of comics from Whatnot the past month or so, and I mean, like I bought a couple Funkos off of those too, but pretty good site. Like it's a really fun auction site to go to, and I would actually recommend it. Like especially if you're into like comics, sports cards, and stuff of that nature. Like they even got like NFTs. They got sneakers in there, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, and then the other one I got is a Chanjuro one from Demon Slayer, and so I know Demon Slayer is coming out right now, and that's a pretty hot, like it's a pretty hot anime right now. Like like it's pretty popular, and I just have to see the new season. So I watched season one. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a really good. I thought it was pretty good. Like I thought it was a solid anime. Like I thought the animation was really good for it, and yeah, just a really good one. And I heard that the season is really good, and I've seen some stuff in this season, and it does look really good. But next up, so I got this one at Barnes and Noble, and that's a book, Volume 4 of Finland Saga. And actually, this month I bought a lot of Finland Saga too, because it's a series I wanted to catch up on and get all the manga for it. And that this year I did say I just want to collect more series that that I want to collect, or that like mean a lot to me. So like not just buying a new series every month, and then collecting that, and then from but like this year I definitely do want to focus more on getting stuff I really like, and getting stuff that I already have and like I like. So Finland Saga, I did have Volume 1 last year, and I just never collected any of it, and I watched the anime. I loved it, but I definitely want to collect more of this, and I definitely did. Like I got a few more volumes of Finland Saga. Now next up, it's actually a new series, but it's a series I've been meaning to collect, and it's Vagabond. Now this is the second volume. This is the first big editions, and so it's like I could only get the second volume. Like I tried getting volume 1, and I can't find it right now. And I'm not sure if these are out of print. So someone comment if these are out of print. But yeah, this is a series I've just been trying to get into. but I just haven't gotten to it yet to this year, and I'm definitely going to try to collect this too because I heard very good things about it, and that this seems like a series I would be into like a lot. So I definitely wanted to get into that one quite a bit. Now I'm gonna do a couple comics. So I might try to go back and forth between comics and manga, and I'm gonna end it with manga with these boxes. But but for now I'm gonna try to go back and forth between comics and manga. So that like the next three would be comics, and then I'm gonna go back to like manga for a little bit. So the next up is Spawn's universe, and like it's kind of hard to get like a good side of it, but yeah. So I got this one off of like of whatnot. Also, I bought like a wall, like it was just like a lot, and I mean like like it, again like it's just like a raw comic, but I like Spawn, like I like the character, but yeah, and like especially like these ones, like, I think these ones are pretty nice, and again like that. If you don't know, Spawn has like a big universe. Like there was like a few of them, and I do have another version of Spawn. Oh, actually, I did get some Spawn this month, but like a few different variations of Spawn. But next up is Deadpool Annual. So it's like the annual Deadpool comic, and so this one's also a variant edition. I did get this one off of Whatnot too, and since like, I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet because I've been trying to get through One Piece. Like I've been binge reading One Piece, so like mainly box set too. But I've been trying to get through One Piece, and it can be hard sometimes because I definitely do get burnt out from it, like here and there. But I'm in Water 7 right now, and then I did take a little break and start to read a Spawn series, and then I got burnt out on Spawn, so now I went back to One Piece. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff I want to, like I definitely want to at least finish box set too. I think I'm maybe halfway through it, like like maybe 3/4 of the way through that box set, and I'm like in the middle of Water 7, which I'm enjoying that arc. I didn't like the arc before it that much. Like I thought it was cool, but towards the end, I wasn't enjoying that arc. Next up is issue 3 of Gunslinger Spawn. Now this is actually a series, like a new comic series I've been enjoying. I typically don't like it's just I think a lot of the new American comic stuff isn't as great as like the older ones, but this is a new one and I've been like enjoying it. Like again, like I think Flying Forward came out last month, and I have to pick that. I mean, not Flying Forward, is issue 4 came out last month, and I still gotta pick it up, but that this is definitely a pretty good series so far. And again, that this is just another version of Spawn. Like like as I said, like maybe a minute or two ago, there's a million of them. Like that. There's a lot of Spawns, but yeah, that one's a Spawn from like the past. From like the old Western days. But yeah, like I would always say, check it out if you get the chance. And then, so the last comic before I go back to manga, that this is Venom versus Carnage, and that this is also a feeling I think. Actually, no, this is a second printing of it, and I do get this one from Whatnot too. But yeah, so I just wanted to get it. It's just, I am a collector of comics, so it was this one I did want to get and stuff. So back to the manga. So again, this is like my birthday moment, so I kind of went big. So I got book 2 of Finland Saga. I bought books 2, and I also got the third one. I got these 2 off of Amazon, and so Amazon I'm like 50/50 on because sometimes they do have a good deal on books, and that there's a few books for Finland Saga that like do have good deals, and I'm kind of excited for it. And again, I'm just trying to collect more of Finland Saga, as I said before, and hopefully it's a good series. Like hopefully I like the farming arc, because I definitely did hear that like it changes a lot, like that whole dynamic after like the prologue changes a lot, and but I also heard really good things about farming arc, so I am excited, and I think it is going to be good, because obviously I think if the farming arc was that bad, like Finland Saga wouldn't be getting a second season or would be as popular as it is. But so next up, I got Parasite Volume 2. Now, this is a series I never really got that much into, but I always wanted to check it out just because I thought it was like interesting. Now, this is like a sci-fi type of book. I guess it's like so aliens are planning like on invading the Earth, and that the way they do it is that they take over like like people's bodies. So so like it's almost like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, almost, but like with like a weirder twist to it. But but instead of the alien like taking over the person's like this person's brain, uh, that this kid, well actually it's a high school kid, but like the kid wakes up and like that the alien goes into his hand, so like so now he has an alien hand, and it's kind of weird, but like I'm like like I'm gonna gonna check it out because it sounds like something I would be into. Now, so this next one is like the complete opposite of like Parasite, and that's the quintessential quintuplets. And that this is a series I just heard a lot about, and I was like, I'm just gonna check it out. But yeah, so I got this at Barnes and Noble. Same with Parasite, and then Volume 4 of Finland Saga got it at Barnes and Noble. So I did pay full price for it. But yeah, so it's like hopefully it's a good one. But so I'm sure I don't like I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy it. I typically like a lot of different series. Next up, now that this is a kind of like a controversial one because the anime was really bad, but like I heard really good things about the manga, and that's a Records of Ragnarok, and so I saw this at Barnes and Noble, and I didn't realize that these were already coming out. Like I think Volume 2 is coming out in the next couple months. Like like at the time of recording, but it's pretty much about the gods want to destroy mankind, and that they decide to hold a tournament between the greatest humans and like the greatest gods, pretty much. And yeah, apparently it's just really good. Like at least the manga's really good. Like I tried to watch the anime, didn't like it, and it was one I was really excited for because I really liked the story idea. I liked the concept of it, and I heard all these great things about the manga. So I was like, oh, I can't wait for the for this anime to come out, and it wasn't that great. And I was kind of disappointed because it's like it was just one I really wanted to get. Like it was just like one of them that like I just really wanted to be good, and it just wasn't that good. Okay, so now it's like getting to the point where like it's gonna be like pretty much all comics, and that this is so I got some of this. I got a lot of it from a whatnot, and then I also got it from a place called like I think it's called like Organic Post Books, and that's like a pretty popular comics site. And like it's not like super big, but it's similar to Great Stuff. Like it sells stuff below like below the retail site, but so I think you know which ones I'm gonna get from Organic Price Books because at least so most like omnibuses, like the really big ones. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to speed through this. So I got Batman Beyond, and again, I was just a fan of the cartoon growing up, so I really wanted to get it. And so actually, that like a lot of the places I got, like I got a lot of the comics from Torpedo Comics because they sell a lot of stuff on like on whatnot, and yeah, like they got some good stuff. They got a lot of signed comics and stuff. So I definitely did get a few signed stuff from like a couple signed stuff from Torpedo Comics just because again like they were just really that good. And sorry, like if you keep hearing like a ripping sound, I forgot to take off some of the tags for some of the comics. But that next up is Offenses number 4. That this is like a variant comic, like a variant cover with Fizzin on the cover. But, pretty nice cover for it. And then next up, actually, this is a series I've been wanting to like I really wanted to collect this series, and that's Secret Wars. I've been really wanting to collect Secret Wars, and they had and they just so happen to have one of the comics, that one of the Secret Wars stuff there, and I was like, I'm gonna pick this up just because I really wanted to pick it up, and like I'm a big fan of Marvel too. So like that's a series I really wanted to collect, get into, because I heard so many things about that storyline that I'm like, and like I only paid a couple bucks for it too. And then next up, this is another variant cover, and this is X-Men. So this is X-Men Legacy. And again, like just a big Marvel fan, so like I'll pick up a lot of the Marvel stuff. And next up, actually, I was very excited to get this one. So that this is Silver Surfer. This is like the 50th issue. Like it's a special comic. But so actually, that the cool story about this is that this is like the third printing of, of this, of the 50th issue, and so this one was a very limited printing. Like there wasn't that many, and also like it's a little bit different. Like that, like the whole color scheme is different. Like that. So Silver Surfer and Thanos, like on the cover, wasn't like this color. So like it's kind of like a limited printing, and it's a different print. Like it's a different cover. So I really wanted to pick that one up. Now this is a series I've been hearing a lot about, and like a lot of good things, and like I always want to check it out. And it's called Something Is Killing the Children. And of course there's a glare, I could see it, but so that again that this is another like American comic, a type of deal I think, but actually so like this is even like issue 1. This is like number 17, but this is like a glow in the dark issue. So like that, like it's a special cover. Again, picked it up for super cheap. That's the good thing about Whatnot, is that you could pick a lot of stuff up for cheap. And then next up is another X-Men one, which like this is also like a variant cover, and like as you can tell, I like picking up variant covers. Next up is Aquaman. Picked up an Aquaman comic. I'm actually a fan of Aquaman. Like I think he's a pretty cool superhero, and like people make fun of him, but like I think like that me and my friends think he's pretty cool just because he's a pretty powerful character. And then so this next one is number 2 in a 12 issue series of Secret Wars. That there's another Secret Wars one, and that this one's number 2 in it. Next up is actually another. I think this one's also a variant. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy, and that this is also the first appearance of. I can't even say it, but it's the planet where the symbiotes come from. From Venom. So it's pretty much like the planet where like Venom and Carnage all came from. So pretty interesting that it came in a Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and like I think this is definitely an interesting. Like I'm not sure if you want to call it key, but like it's a pretty interesting one considering like with how popular Venom is and all that, like like how he's got his own movies and stuff. Now this one is actually so that this is where I'm getting like some of the signed comic stuff, and that this one's actually signed by the artist who did it. So this is the 80th anniversary Joker novel, and you can see that it's signed right here by the artist who did the book, and like it's got the COA and everything. But this was what I was talking about with Torpedo Comics, is that they get like it's a pretty popular comic shop out on the West Coast, and that they just have a bunch of guys coming in like sign stuff, like like kind of well known comic artists, and these just sign stuff, and that got this one I think for like $20. So can't complain, especially when like some of these guys charge. No, it just fell, but like when some of these guys charge $30, $40, $50 to sign a comic, it's pretty cool to get for kind of cheaper. Now this is another one that's signed to Detective Comics number 1000, and yeah, again like I picked up I think for about 25, so it's a pretty good. Again, like I like getting some signed stuff, and that was just one I wanted to get signed because obviously Batman, like it's a pretty popular series, and obviously like Detective Comics, like I think that was the comic series he got introduced in, like that was like his first appearance, so pretty cool if you ask me. And then next up, so this one isn't signed at all, but this is a one side. It's a minimum Carnage a one shot. And again, I just want to pick this one up because I like Carnage, I like the symbiote stuff. And then this is the last signed thing I have, and that this is like a novel of the Joker, and so that this one's actually like I don't want to open it too much, but but this one's actually signed on the inside and like not on the cover. But again, I'm a fan of the Joker too, so like I saw this and I picked this one up for $19. It still got the thing on the back, but yeah, like it's something I really want it in my collection, and I'm obviously probably gonna keep it safe. And so now is the time for like all of the omnibuses, and now everything I've got in this is from organic price books, like all the big thick books are, and that the first one is Aliens. So it's Aliens the original years, and that this is volume one of it, and yeah, I've always been a big fan of like sci-fi and stuff like that. So and like especially Aliens. So Alien and then Aliens are like two of my favorite sci-fi movies. I just love the series, and so they made comics for it. I think after the second one they made comics for it, and that this was definitely a series I wanted to check out for like the longest time, and I finally got I finally got the books for it. Or, like the one book, I think there's like two of them out right now. But it's definitely a series I love, and it's dear to my heart. And next up is Spawn. So this is the second edition of it, and I'm trying to get to the first. Like, each one is like 50 issues, so sometimes it can be hard to get through the whole thing. But yeah, again, I've already gotten a few Spawn, but it's just another great series. I would totally recommend checking out. And especially if you're into that type of stuff, I say check it out. Do not watch the movie because the movie isn't that great. It's kind of it's really bad. It's like a borderline B movie, and personally I love it just because it's so bad. It's good, but I always get why not everyone likes it. It's a very it's a very bad, early 2000s movie, and, there was just do not age well at all. And next up is The Death of Captain America. Now, this one's done by Ed Brubaker. Now, I have the first book in the series, so that they came out, I think, 3 or 4 of these books in his run, and now this is the second one. And, yeah, so pretty much the story with his death, and I think Bucky takes over as Captain America, if I remember. And I really enjoyed the first one. So it's I never read it before. So I got the first one, and then it's really good. And I think if I'm correct here, and I could not be correct at all either, but so the movies, the Captain America live action movies that came out over the past decade, that those movies were heavily took stuff out from that run. So especially I love the Captain America movies and they're great. So I was especially if they're pulling from that run, I've noticed, especially if the Winter Soldier arc that they definitely pulled from. And then the last omnibus I got from that website is Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, that this is a one almost a standalone series, and there's quite a few of these, or quite a few issues, so that you could fit it all in one book. So I think that's pretty cool, and so I heard very good things about it. So I definitely want to check this one out. And in particular, especially since this one's standalone, you don't need to know anything about Spider-Man to read this. Which I do know some stuff about Spider-Man, but he's not my favorite hero. But I just wanted to check this one out. And honestly, that's the good thing about that website, is that they do so of a lot on the cover price. Because this one was $125, and I think I paid $80 or $85 for it, so not too bad. That's a pretty heavy discount. And then now I'm gonna get into these boxes, and I'll be right back. So actually, before I start pulling stuff out of that box, I totally forgot to put this in the video. And I was very excited when I got it because that this is something I bought myself last year, and then sent it in to CGC, and I just forgot about it, and I just got it like a couple weeks ago, and I got a graded comic of Spider Man, and this is nonstop Spider Man. I got it graded at 9.8, and because of the cover, I think this is just a few beautiful cover too. So it's like I just want to share that before I move on. Now, actually, so this box, and then like that there was like a yellow package too. Were both from Amazon, and yeah, and once again, like Amazon sometimes can be a good place to shop for manga, sometimes not. But I'm gonna start off with I got Volume 2 of Spy Family, and that this is like a very just good action comedy series. I would totally check it out. And like again, like I read Volume 1 like early, like super early last year, and there was a lot of hype about like around it, so I could never get Volume 2, and I found on Amazon. And actually talking about another series, so, like I for some reason like had a hard time collecting is Hell's Paradise, and that this one is also issue 2 of Hell's Paradise. Pretty good series. So it's like I really enjoyed finding one of this, and that this is another one that like, I really want to collect. That's same with Spy Family, but so that the person who does this was actually an assistant to Satsui Fujimoto, who does a Chainsaw Man. But so back when he was an assistant for him, he so it was for Fire Punch, and I don't know like if you guys ever heard of it, but that's another good series. I would say check out, and that's another one that's for some reason really hard to get now, and that's probably because like the popularity of Chainsaw Man. So there's probably just a ton of people that like want to go back. Oh hey, like Fire Punch, I heard a lot of good things about it. But I do have Volume 1 of Fire Punch, but that was all I was able to get. And like obviously I could go and get like Volume 6 or Volume 7, like 8. But like personally I like to collect in order most of the times. And it's not typical for me to go out of order. Like typically if I buy Volume 1, I want to buy Volume 2, 3, 4. And like I do know some people that do that, like that buy it out of order. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys do it, because I'm very like, like I'm not sure what you want to call it, but like I'm very it's like I have to buy in order. But next up is actually Volume 3 of Hell's Paradise. So again, like I saw it on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure like Amazon has a lot of it. That's how I was surprised about, because it's like, so I checked Right Stuff, and like Right Stuff, it's always like hit and miss with them. And yes, actually, this is another series that like I never see in stock anymore, and that's Doubt. So this is Volume 2 of Doubt, and I've been looking for this one for a little bit, and I just ran across it on Amazon, and I was very lucky that it was in stock, and it was like $20, I think. Yeah, it was $20, and it was a $20 book, and I got very lucky with that. So with this, I now completed the whole I completed that, at least this part of the series. Now there was another one called Judge, I think, and I also heard that one was very good. But that this is like a good like survival horror type of series, and like I would always say check it out if you want to. Like if you're into survival horror, I'd be like check it out now, because it's a pretty good series. Like it's kind of like in that middle ground where it's like it's not super popular, but it's also not like underground either. Like it's something about like you're not gonna hear too many people talking about it. Like you're probably gonna hear more people talking about Judds, but it's same universe, but it came after Doubt. But it's like the same concept. But I think Doubt is also a pretty good series. And then for the final 2 books of the Amazon part is Volume 5 of Finland Saga, so that this is where the farming arc starts. And again, it's just, like honestly, it's like 50-50. Some people I hear like love it, and I'm probably gonna love it, because I really loved like the prologue, which was just like 4 volumes. But and then finally, I got Volume 5 of Full Metal Alchemist, it's like the Full Metal editions, and I think this one's almost done. Like the Full Metal editions are almost done, and so I'm like, like what better time to collect it than now, where it's like the series is almost done, and again, that's another one like that. Whenever I check like either like Barnes and Noble or stuff like that, like cigarette stuff has like a lot of it, but for some reason I just never picked it up from there. And like again, I'm gonna start picking up this year because I really love Full Metal, and it's a series I really was planning on collecting. And again, I have the first four volumes, and then I kind of stopped for a while, but I definitely want to collect more of that. And again, I have volume six coming, and like it's gonna be here in the next couple of days. But again, like I think I'm about like halfway done, or close to it. Like that, there's quite a few of them, and then I'm gonna open up the box and weird stuff, and I have something very big in that box. And now 20 years later, after trying to open up this box, it finally opened. But this box I got from Great Stuff. Actually, I got one more book too, and like I already opened it earlier this week too from Great Stuff, and I was very excited. And that was actually a Deadpool Samurai. I was very excited about getting this one. I pre-ordered it like I actually ordered it like the day before it came out from Great Stuff. And that this is just a cool though. I think this one's a 2 volume series, and that like the second one's coming out in a couple months too. But that like that's just a cool little volume I got. But this stuff, there's actually a box set in this one, and it's just a couple more manga that, like I'm excited. That I typically collect. And I'm just gonna start with like probably I'm just gonna start with this one. So that this one's a How to Release instead of Volume 5. Now I'm a couple volumes behind. Like I read Volume 3, and then I started to do something else, and I just like I never went back to Volume 4. So I'm gonna read Volume 4 and 5. But so far I've been enjoying it. It's like a typical a romance one, but personally I've enjoyed it. And then next up is another one I've been collecting for a little bit, and that is Beastars. That this one is what volume 16. That's volume 16. I'm losing track now because it's a few of them. But again, this one I've been really enjoying this one, and this one's actually almost over. Like I think there's 21 volumes, and 16 just came out. So I think that this series should be wrapping up in America because it already ended in Japan a while ago. But at least here, to be wrapping up. Like I want to say late 2022, maybe early 2023. And then that third and final book before we go on to the box set is Volume 9 of Chainsaw Man. Now, this is a series I love, and I can never talk enough about. And obviously, I know now it's a pretty big thing with the anime coming out this summer. And that there's even so I heard that the manga is going to come back this summer too. And as of right now, part 1 of this ends at volume 11, so there's only 2 more volumes that have to come out. So this one, again, like part 1's almost done, and like I bet by the time that volume 11 comes out, like the manga's probably going to be starting up again by the time volume 11 comes out, and I would even say like I think the anime might be coming out or like about to come out, because honestly that'd be pretty good timing to release volume 11 as the anime is about to drop. And yeah, again, check out Chainsaw Man. I would say read it on Shonen Jump, just because it is a little bit cheaper. And I think there's like 98 volumes, I want to say, or not volumes, 98 chapters in Chainsaw Man. So it's not like a crazy long series, but it's a very fun series, and I would totally say check it out if you have the chance. And now on to the big boy, the thing I'm most excited for, because I've been waiting since March of 2021 to get this. And it was supposed to come out in like August or September, like around that time of 2021. And then it got delayed to January 1st. Like, I don't know why they put that date on it, but put for some reason they got January 1st, and personally didn't and then it got delayed again so late January, like I know there's a lot of people that got this box set already, but I'm just getting it, and I think you guys already know what the series, and that series is One Piece box set. Like this is box set number 4. Now this one covers, I think, yeah, 71 to 90. So this one is definitely going on the shelf, and I am gonna probably put all One Piece onto the actual shelves. And again, I'm probably gonna do like a live stream. I think of me doing it, just because I don't feel like trying to edit, which I don't know how to edit, but like I don't feel like trying to edit like an hour plus into like a quicker video. But yes, box set 4 for One Piece. But this one covers just it's a Dressrosa to a Fairy, and I'm not quite this far into the series yet, but I'm definitely making my way through. And that maybe if I finish it, maybe I'll that maybe I'll do like a review of all 4 box sets. But obviously, I know that the manga is ahead of the box sets. I think right now there's like as of recording, I think there's like 98 volumes in America, and then in Japan there's like over 100. Which is just insane that there's a manga series that can last to over 100 volumes, like straight. Like I know, like I think JoJo's has 100. I think Baki has 100. Like there's a couple, but like One Piece, it's not split into parts or anything like that. Like it's just 100 start, like 100 volumes straight through. Like it's not like JoJo's, where it's like there's JoJo's part 1, part 2. Which like I think JoJo's has like 8 or 9 parts, which is also insane. But yeah, so that was the end of today's manga, comic, Funko Pop haul. Which I know it's really a lot of stuff. I know that this is going to be a long video. So hopefully you guys stuck around to the end. And if you have, I love you a lot. like I truly mean it. I love you guys who stuck around to the end. I'll probably do anything for you guys at this point if you watch to this point. But yeah, peace out, guys. I hope everyone has a great week, great life. Peace out.